Are we on? Okay. So how's your guys' Comic-Con so far?
Dude, this is ridiculous. I've never been to Comic-Con before, and it's just like awesome. Too much. It's wild. It's wild.
It's pretty awesome. I mean, earlier I went to the bathroom, and on the left was Indiana Jones, and on my right was Robin. I'm like, I'm peeing next to Robin and Indiana Jones. This is awesome. So yeah, it's been awesome.
No fans trying to mob you yet, right?
No, not yet. No.
Everyone's been really, really cool that we met.
Very
here.
nice. Very kind.
Very, really nice people, and just fun to talk to.
Yeah.
Now, we're here to talk about your Rooster Teeth, the best of shorts and animation compilation. Could you talk a little bit about that project?
Well, I mean, Rooster Teeth, for years now, been doing shorts, narrative shorts, and in that amount of time, we've gotten quite a few, and it's like we want to release something. It's like, well, these are the very, very best, and let's find a way of telling one big story and piecing them together. So it's almost like one narrative documentary. It's a fake documentary where it tells the story of the entire company from beginning to end through these shorts. And then with that, we also have our animated adventures, which is we do a podcast, and it takes the best stories from the podcast, and they're animated. And it's just really stupid cartoons, but they're really funny stories.
Well, let's talk about the shorts first. I've seen a few quite of those shorts. Your shorts are quite popular, and a friend of mine just checked it out. And the very first question he has is, "What are those guys' day jobs? How do they make any money?"
I mean, it's our full-time job doing these things, and thankfully we have such an awesome, community and fans that will watch our things and buy a shirt, buy the DVDs, and that's how we're able to, to do these things. We couldn't do it without the people, who watch
us. Yeah. The fans are essentially, they're the people who keep us afloat. We could not do this without them, and God, they're great.
Yeah, most of your fans, what are like on YouTube and all this kind of stuff? You have like millions, billions, quadrillions fans?
It's as cliche and corny of a line as this is, we have fans worldwide, and it still like floors me that like when we throw a convention or we have an event, people will fly from Scotland or Australia or they come just to have fun and hang out with us, and it's super cool. We have tremendous amount of support from people all over the place, whether it be on YouTube or people that come to our website specifically because our website does have a community built into it, kind of like MySpace or Facebook, although I think we were before Facebook or something. I don't know.
I mean, it's a social network.
It's a social network, yes.
Rooster Teeth, it's where people who enjoy our shows or just enjoy this type of things, the same things as people who all the same interests get together and meet each other.
It's like a convention except online. Everybody of similar interests just comes together and hangs out, and it's super cool.
Now, the stars of your shorts, are they like employees around the office and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I mean, that's what it is. The company's, a group of people hanging out, so we just try and tell stories based off that. So yeah, I mean, it could be just he right there. Come here, let me grab you and let's do a movie.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just kind of whoever.
Yeah, the beauty of Rooster Teeth is it really is just a bunch of us hanging out saying, dude, it would be really funny if this happened. Mm-hmm. Get a camera, and then we do it. Like we'll write it and we'll get everything together, and we just do it because we want to do it.
So it's much more spontaneous. You guys don't really like sit around and say, okay, let's try to figure out a short or anything like that.
It varies.
Yeah, I mean, there's different writing processes. Sometimes it's like, all right, well, I had an idea, write it down really fast so I don't forget it. Or sometimes it's like, it's more of a brainstorming where you sit down in a room like, okay, what would be cool?
Yeah.
What would be this? Oh, that'd be funny.
Yeah.
What if that and that were together?
Yeah, a lot of it is like, man, we haven't put out a video about this in a while. What should we do? Oh yeah, that's really good. All right, who can get involved? And then so initially it is like that initial moment is, wouldn't it be funny if? And then we have to go through the pre-production process of making that happen where, okay, so we got to get schedules down. Because like we said, the actors in our shorts are just people from around the office, and everybody has their own job that they're doing, so we have to make sure, hey, Jeff, are you free on Monday? We'll do a shoot. Okay, great, we'll do that. We're going to meet at this location, make sure you know your lines, then we record it, and everybody goes back to doing what they were doing. That's pretty much how it goes.
Wow, a lot of them are quite hilarious. I'm actually surprised. Maybe it's part of their job description that they have to be in a short eventually with the company, right?
Well, I mean, Rooster Teeth is a company that hires. Thankfully, I mean, it's a lot of cool people, and everyone's funny. Thankfully, so it's like it's not hard to make something when the people that are casting are really funny anyway. It's like you don't have to. It makes the writing process really easy because whatever you write, the person who's standing there and saying the lines is going to come up with something way better.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that makes it easy.
Yeah, we have the fortune of just working with a bunch of naturally funny people.
Now, for the animated shorts, that actually is based off a podcast, and then you guys just go ahead and just animated their conversations?
It's actually not a bunch of guys. It's actually just one dude. His name's Jordan Swears.
Oh, okay.
And he was just a fan that he moved from, I believe it was from California to Georgia, and had nothing to do in Georgia, but was a big fan of the podcast. He was bored to tears, and when I was like, I'm going to teach myself Flash animation and just animate this for fun and put it online, started doing it. They became immensely popular, and it didn't take long for the founders of the company to go, hey, we want you to move here and work with us and do this on a weekly basis. And that's how it got born. It was a fan that went out on his own, just had the not intuition, the gumption, I don't know. He just had the desire to make something.
Okay.
And he did, and people loved it, so we brought him on board, and people love it so much we turned it into a DVD.
Well, yeah, so all that is all Flash animation, and the conversation is just all him?
Yeah, no, the conversation, it's all based on the podcast, so the podcast is, again, just a bunch of people from the office, we get together and talk about anything. It could be just like random stories that happen, stuff that happens at conventions. It could be anything, just fun stories. Like it's basically people hanging out and telling stories. And then Jordan cuts the best parts together and then animates them. And in the DVD, it's a compilation of the best stories animated, and also how everyone thinks about what people, a little more background to the stories. Like, what didn't end up in this conversation here, it was this actually happened. So you get a little more backstory to the cartoons.
Yeah, it's like a cartoon plus a mini podcast. You watch the episode, and then it cuts to the podcast set, and the guys that were involved in the story get to say, well, here's what actually happened, and get to clarify things.
Yeah.
And there's
about, no, that's not what happened.
Yeah, that's not what happened. No, I didn't slap that fish. The fish slapped me. No, it's really dumb. And then with the DVD, we did some like special bonus videos, like bloopers, and we did a 3D animated adventure, which was really neat. And it's cool. It's cool seeing it all together like on one disc. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. I was just I was watching it and I was going, man, there's a lot of shit happening to these guys. Not only they have a lot of shorts, but I'm jealous. I feel like I don't have a life. You guys went out and experienced everything.
Well, no, we don't have a life because we're at work all the time. But I guess that is our life. I'm happy. It's a life I'm happy with.
Yeah.
Now, Comic-Con is actually real special because Rooster Teeth actually premiered, what's it, Ruby? RWBY. Could you guys, one of you guys talk about that?
Yeah. So Ruby is a new animated series that we're doing. The first episode premiered this past Thursday, July 18th. The art style is very heavily influenced by anime. There's a really crazy color palette. The action style is done by Monty Ohm. He's our animation director. He's the creator of the series. And then my friend Carrie and I are head writers on the show. And it's really just this story that takes place in a crazy universe of sci-fi and fantasy and magic and technology all fused together into this one just world that we thought would be a cool world to explore. It's 4 kids, very different girls brought together for this really ridiculous journey that they're going to take, and we're super excited to tell this story over hopefully the course of the next few years.
Yeah, I saw a few clips of it. It looks like is it geared more towards like women, trying to empowerment of women, or is it like a anime Powerpuff Girls version?
Here's the thing. Since we released the trailers and since we released the first episode, a bunch of people said it's really great seeing Rooster Teeth take a stand making empowered female characters, strong female characters. They're making like a statement about it. I hate to break it to you, but we never really planned on that, really. Well, at least speaking for Carrie and I, we don't think about it like, oh, this is going to be a story of these 4 girls and females. It's just a story of 4 kids. It's 4 kids that get thrown into a crazy situation and go on an adventure. Because at the end of the day, I think that's a story that's really cool to tell. I don't think we're really trying to make a statement. We're just trying to make a neat adventure that hopefully people will like. And yeah, they just happen to be girls.
Well, that sounds awesome, and everyone's going to check that one out. And there's also a new season of Red versus Blue. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, Red vs. Blue has just recently entered its 11th season, which is crazy. I think it's the longest running web series now. Or I think it was with season 10 too. Yeah, it's still going. The past few seasons have been more action, well, not more action focused, but there's been a lot of focused on action. There's some CGI and animation, a lot of backstory about Project Freelancer, which has been this behind the scenes almost story arc that's been taking place over the past 10 years. With season 11, we wanted to go back to the basics. So it's a brand new adventure with the characters that we love, crashed in the middle of a box canyon. They all hate each other, they all bicker, and it's just a bunch of idiots that will never, ever, ever stop getting into terrible situations.
Yeah, that's one of the most hilarious, shorts on the internet that I ever seen. It's the Red versus Blue. I didn't realize it was already 11th season. That's a lot of episodes.
Yeah, man. I think it's we now have, not counting PSAs or miniseries, I think it's now been 205 episodes of Red versus Blue, like strictly season episodes. It's pretty wild.
Then you're probably like real excited for hopefully that new Halo game coming out soon.
We'll see. With every new Halo game, there's new good and new bad. It's interesting. I will say I'm excited to see what the new Halo game will bring.
Terrific. And one last thing. I also understand there's a Walk to Mordor video, which is quite amusing to me because I was just wandering on the YouTube channels, and all of a sudden I'm going, who are these Hobbit guys with climbing over fences and into pastures? And I wanted to know more. Tell us more.
He's a Hobbit.
Me and Carrie, who was one of the writers on Ruby, we're a huge Lord of the Rings fan, and Carrie had the idea. It's like, hey, well, the location for the set of Hobbiton is only 120-something miles from the actual mountain they used for Mount Doom. We should try and walk it. Because, the saying is, one does not simply walk into Mordor. Yeah. Well, so let's try.
see if we can.
So, I mean, it was an insane adventure. We released the show last December with the same time The Hobbit was coming out. And like, any web series, there's so many, we want to keep it, moving fast, but there were so many things that we just didn't have the time to tell. So we're actually releasing the extended cut, like in true Lord of the Rings fashion. We're doing an extended cut that has, all those little conversations that were, some of them might have been a little inappropriate. Some of them were just, I don't know. It's like it tells a full story, and we're excited to have that coming out because it was a hell of a walk.
So was this all planned on you guys' part for the production? I can't imagine you guys actually had a camera crew walking with you.
No, there was just three of us. It was me and Carrie from Rooster Teeth, and then we met a fan of Rooster Teeth from New Zealand. He was our camera guy and also kind of our guide, and he actually becomes an important part of the story as the show progresses because we sit at a computer all day and play video games. We aren't used to the elements where, when we slept in tents, when we didn't go into a building for, a week. And I don't know, there were just three of us and we're all filming it at different times.
So your life is complete by knowing the life of a real Hobbit now.
Yeah. No, it was like the ultimate Lord of the Rings experience. Like I had a little nerd orgasm where it's like I'm in Middle Earth. I'm walking up Mount Doom, or trying to, at least.
You're going to do the adventure again since the next Hobbit films.
Well, we've. I don't know if I'm going to be good walking back. My feet are still healing. I had some pretty bad blisters by the end of the trip. But, me and Carrie have been talking about some other ideas that we definitely want to do in the future.
Okay, that sounds pretty awesome. And what are you guys going to do for the rest of Comic-Con? A lot of video gaming, just like me?
I'm going to probably buy a lot of things that I don't need, but I really, really want.
I think that's sounds like a good plan.
Yeah.
I'm going to do the same.
Okay, could you just go ahead and tell us when all of this? Just reiterate all your productions are going to be out for us.
All right. So, Simple Walking to Mordor Extended Cut is coming out November 12th. And then the Best of Shorts and Animated Adventure, they're already out. You can find them at roosterteeth.com and on iTunes, anywhere.
And then Red vs. Blue premieres every Monday night, 7 p.m. for sponsors, 9 p.m. for the general public. And Ruby will be every Thursday, 5 p.m. for sponsors, 7 p.m. general public.
Okay, so these are the Rooster Teeth guys, and hopefully all you guys would check them out. Thank you very much. Thank you, guys.